By Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. And for New Orleans, we've got Mobley, and it's Roy in at the 2-guard spot. And here's New Orleans now. Here's Ginobili. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. New Orleans shooting their first free throw of the contest.
Boy, the energy Ginobili plays with is actually unbelievable. He's a whirling dervish out there who is always doing something borderline spectacular.
Now here's Sharp. Pass to Stepanovic to the wing, right side. Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. Skiles passes to Stepanovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Picked it. Deflects the pass. Here's Roy. No good with a layup. Here's Skiles. To the inside. Swift. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Swift knows how to put some muscle and power behind those jams. Excellent at throwing it down.
And the shot goes down.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Skiles. After the basket by New Orleans. Pass to Swift. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air. Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Here's New Orleans now. There's the drive. That one falls.
Slashing inside with major assertiveness, Roy. A big-time problem when he's getting to the rim like that.
Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. Puts the move on. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look. But when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Count the basket.
Brandon Roy goes up, fights through the contact, and finishes with some real force and tenacity.
Sharp passes to Stepanovic. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Skiles. Outside Sharp. 6 to shoot. He drops it from range.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Really nice dime drop in there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. Smith with it. Then it's Thomas picking him up. Smith passes to Sharp. Connects. The jumper drops. Sharp's got 5 points.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Here's Skiles. Pulls it. Mobley grabs the board. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Green. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Good awareness that time to put the shot right back up before the defense could react.
Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. They set the pick. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Thomas has got his second basket.
That's an area of the court where Isaiah Thomas will kill you. He's a very good mid-range shooter.
Pass to Skiles. Here's Samuels. He's guarded by Sabonis. Here's Skiles. This one for three. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
Coming out to the floor for the away team, number 17, Sam Stiff.
Stoudemire, the pass to Collins. To the right side. 5 on the clock. Pass to Stoudemire. Here's Swift. The shot that time not on target. Collins with the defensive effort. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Boy, can't get it to go. Atlanta trails by 4. Here's Stith. And Atlanta misses again. Got it off in time. No good. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's New Orleans leading by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And for those, action is where we are. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
I would like to highlight, too, guys, the excellent passing they've done early on. I mean, they've done a really good job putting the ball into the hands of guys ready to shoot it.
And the Hawks looking at who they've got. And it's Stith in at the shooting guard. Nice
job executing inside. When you give Roy these kinds of looks, he's going to cash those in.
Pass to Stith. Puts one up from 19, and he comes up with a bucket. And here's New Orleans now. They lead by 4. Takes it inside. Roy's shot is good. Roy's got 8.
And, you know, when Thomas focuses on involving his teammates, it really lifts them. A capable passer.
Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pass to Stith. Here's Collins. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Stoudemire. Thomas defends. From the wing. Second chance effort. Here's Samuels. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Here's Collins. Good. Collins has got his first bucket in this one.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And Atlanta making a change here.
Substitution for the away team.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. All right, time for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for New Orleans provided some info for us.
Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And in the training room, guys, I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
And Atlanta making a change here. Here's Curry, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pass to Sharp. Cuts off the pass. Here we go. All alone. Finished off the break. And New Orleans leads by 8.
Hey, he's so good at running to the right spot at the right time in transition. Seth Curry, somebody you've got to have an eye on in the open court.
Here's Skiles. Still without a bucket. That's tipped. He shoots it. Pass to Sharp. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Skiles. 3-pointer. The shot comes out.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Shot is good.
Ginobili, such a solid passer. Seems to know whenever one of his guys is wide open and gets him the ball.
Here's Stiff. From outside the arc. Hits the trifecta. Skiles has got his first 3 points of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Oubre, he's checked in for New Orleans. Thomas comes in for Curry.
The basketball IQ Skiles possesses quite impressive, especially when you consider his shot selection and passing abilities.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
New Orleans leading by 6. And Collins with the jam.
Whoa, did you see that? John Collins. A little bit of sauce on that slam.
Oubre against Sharp. Out left to the wing. Here's Skiles. Give him 8. Mobley grabs the board. 58 seconds left in the second. Here's Collins driving to the basket. And Collins with the jam.
Oh, an explosive leaper who plays with good energy. Collins can make some real athletic finishes.
Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. Pass to Samuels. Now here's Sharp. Up top Smith. He tries for 3. It's hauled in by Oubre.
Isaiah Thomas.
And Atlanta making a change here.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Atlanta trails by 10. Left side Sharp. 26 seconds left in the first half. Here's Skiles. Pass to Stepanovic. Just 5 on the clock. 3-pointer Sharp. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Here's Roy. Here's Ginobili. And so it's New Orleans earning this break in the action, up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot from Lee. They're picking up the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Atlanta trails by 10. They've got Evan Mobley, and it's Roy in at the 2. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Sharp passes to Stepanovic. Back to Sharp. Launches it. Drains the triple. Sharp's got 8.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Thomas. To the paint. Here's Mobley. Swift pulls it in. Swift's got 4 rebounds now. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Here's Sharp. Give him 8. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by New Orleans. They've led by as much as 10. Drives to the hoop. Power it home!
Well, I would think Roy has to be pleased with his play right now. It always feels good when you find your rhythm out there.
Pass to Stepanovic. Right side Sharp. Here's Stepanovic. Clock at 4. The three, Smith. Mobley grabs the board. Here's Ginobili. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And now a 10-point New Orleans lead. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Oubre, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Stepanovic. They get it back. Smith passes to Swift. Back to Smith. Here's Skiles. Clock at 6. Pass to Sharp. Goes back up. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in the game. There's the steal. And he lobs it up.
Yeah, the vertical for Sharp is there. He'll be a challenge to contest in this league for sure.
New Orleans leading by 8. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Can't hit from the low block. Here's New Orleans now. Elbow shot. Rebounded by Stepanovic.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Rejected by Sabonis. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Thomas. Sharp grabs the miss.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Oubre passes to Thomas. Gets the 3 to fall. Thomas has got 7. Atlanta trails by 9. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Sharp passes to Smith. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Smith's gotten his second bucket.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
New Orleans leading by 6. Here's Thomas. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. Thomas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
This is where IT gets you. Going downhill. Everybody's momentum heading that direction, and he stops and pops.
Out to the right wing. Here's Stoudemire. Here's Smith. Good on the short little jump shot. 7 points in the game.
Offensive rebounding is all about wanting it. Fantastic effort there, leading to second chance points.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for New Orleans.
Well, you know, in some circles, this is an unpopular point, but there can be value in taking the mid-range shot. This team is certainly proving that tonight.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
Stith, no good. Stith's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Ginobili gets the bucket. And New Orleans leads by 9.
Nice move by Ginobili inside, making his way around the contact, throwing the foul and getting the hoop.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Collins. He's checked in for Smith.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Collins passes to Stith.
Home team foul.
Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And he makes a first.
At the line for the away team, Stoudemire. 2 shots.
That one misses. Here's Ginobili. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis. Ginobili's got 6 points in the quarter.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
1 second left. And the basket by Stoudemire. And so it's New Orleans leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And the Hawks looking at who they've got. And Atlanta with possession here. After the basket by New Orleans. Sharp against Green.
Home team foul.
And New Orleans making a change here.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Coming out to the floor for your home team. Number 25. Robert Horry.
Here's Skiles. Spins. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his second.
It's going to be Evan Mobley.
Second team foul. Shooting for the away team, Scott Skiles. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. Here's Curry. Here's Horry. Pass to Roy. And here's Curry for 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Atlanta trails by 6.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Third team foul.
Here's Skiles. Here's Stoudemire. And a miss there on the triple.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Horry. And the shot goes.
Horry muscling that thing in against tight D. Very impressive.
The Hawks call timeout. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message the Hawks coach was giving to his team. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen. So don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for a renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
Allie, thank you. Here's Skiles. Pass to Samuels. The shot won't fall. Good. The 11-footer. Sharp grabs the miss. Atlanta trails by 8.
Team foul. Seth Curry. That's his first personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And New Orleans making a change here. Sabonis checked in. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Here's Skiles. He's covered by Curry. Pass to Stith. Oh, tries a three. On target from range.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Here's Stith. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Mobley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Roy. Soft touch off the glass. And New Orleans leads by 8.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Stith. It's tipped. Down low. Second shot opportunity, and he makes it.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And here's New Orleans now. Here's Oubre. And that one is stuffed right through.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
Now here's Sharp. Driving inside. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Showing off some playmaking abilities with the pick and roll. I know Coach likes seeing this from Sharp.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. And it's an 8-point ball game.
You know, the thing about Thomas you like and admire, he's an excellent leader. His winning mentality is contagious, and he typically lays it on the line every time he's on the court.
Now here's Sharp. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Sabonis has got rebound number 7 tonight. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Sharp, no good. New Orleans leading by 10. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away. You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make it.
Here's Skiles. Thomas defends. 3-pointer Sharp. It doesn't go for him. Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 12-4 run. On the attack, Oubre.
Their focus has been terrific. They really put on a clinic here today.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
That's his first personal.
And he drops the first.
15 foul. Shooting for the away team, Sharp. 2.
Both free throws good from Sharp. Here's New Orleans now. A 12-point game. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Second team foul. At the line.
And that one misses.
What you like about Robert Horry is his reliability. I mean, this team knows exactly what they can expect from him, and he delivers what they expect time and time again.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
And so it's New Orleans winning this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. And now, our player of the game.
In the state, everybody gon' fizz. Overlock the third out, homestead. In the poker bean projects, in Ferrari, me and Fred. Made a post by me 4 months. He was little down, where he at, where he at, where he at, Alabama, where he at, where he at, where he at. Let me see, 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 let me see.
Tell me is you still love it? It's 5 a.m. and I'm right now. Tell me can we still one-on-one, I'm in the zone right now. Tell me am I still telling you just how I feel right now. You say it's just a I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I lied to you way before I had you right in some room. Again, I can be baby, I don't wanna sound righteous. I got 20 like Bisons. I just any mini money I pick. She ain't even really my type in out here. She been losing herself to the night shift. She been losing herself and I get it. Oh girl, yeah, I get it. Yeah, and you've been fighting for your shot and you've been searching for your spot. Girl, I fit it. Yeah, girl, I fit it. Yeah. Oh, you think you got your groove? Or you want someone like you? Tell me is you still love it? It's 5 a.m. and I'm right now. Tell me can we still one-on-one, I'm in the zone right now. Tell me am I still telling you just how I feel right now. You say it's just a I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I lied to you way before I had you right in some room. And I like some money tonight. And again, I can be yeah. I know, mommy, I know. It's 2 a.m. don't stress. That 3 that kick in and 30 you feel you best. I turn my whole spot to crucial. It's crucial the way I left. Upstairs is like a lure be the best. I'm looking at her and her son turning to you. Now you start my mind, is it you, is it her? We bop to the birds. F29 is
The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And now Washington's starting group. Nene is out there with Gortat. Then it's Porter. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Beal in at the point. And for New Orleans, Oubre out there with Collins. Then it's Ball. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Sabonis in at center. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. Beal the pass to Nene. Nice ball movement by Washington. Back to Porter. Pass to Ariza. And it's Beal in the corner. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's money from Beal. He's so crafty at finding space in that deep corner.
The drive-by Ball. Offensive rebound. Outside, Ginobili knocks down the 3 ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Beal, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Not just a jump shooter, Bradley Beal is also excellent at knifing his way to the rack and finishing.
And here's New Orleans now. It's a three-point game. Ball no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Ariza. And the three off target. Ginobili with the ball. Picked up by Nene. And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now here's Nene. Beal from long range drops in the tray. Beal's got 9.
Beal's got such a fluid shooting motion. It really helps him on those catch and shoot opportunities.
Ginobili gets the bucket.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And finished off by Beal.
What a play at the rim. Bradley Beal showing off all kinds of explosiveness.
Here's Ball. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Nene to the middle. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Ginobili looking around. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Boy, the energy Ginobili plays with is actually unbelievable. He's a whirling dervish out there who is always doing something borderline spectacular.
Curry's checked in for Lonzo Ball. And both free throws good for Ginobili.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Beal finds Gortat. Back to Beal. Ariza outside. Nene with the screen on Ginobili. Ariza no up. Ginobili against Ariza. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Collins. 9 points in the game so far.
Nice move by Ginobili inside, making his way around the contact, drawing the foul and getting the hoop.
So timeout called here, the first for the Wizards. Here's Nene. Ariza outside. Gortat with the screen for Ariza. And again, Washington no good. New Orleans with the ball. And the points coming for them now, Greg in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like. And that unpredictable nature of Ginobili, it can be frustrating for the defense, especially when he's cutting them to pieces with his passing.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Bradley Beal picks one up.
And you know, Seth Curry has that shooter's mentality, which makes defenses uncomfortable. And that's part of how he gets these calls.
New Orleans making a switch here. Mobley's checked in, and a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Drew Gooden has checked in for Gortat. Harrington comes in for Nene. Garrett Temple has checked in for Ariza. And Smith subbed in for Bradley Beal. Tries it from the top of the key. Temple can't get it to go. New Orleans in the lead. Porter with the steal. Inside, here's Gooden. Good D by Mobley. 1:11 left in the first quarter. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
And Temple kicks to Porter. Pass to Gooden. Sabonis grabs the board. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 14-5 run. Oubre, good. Oubre's got 6.
Ginobili is such a solid passer. Drops a dime whenever he can for a ready shooter.
Now good. Lets it go from 14. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Ginobili slams it home.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Temple. Scoreless thus far. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. Good work there as it goes.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
1 second left, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And so it's New Orleans heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So on the floor for Washington, Al Harrington is out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Gooden, then there's Brown, and it's Beal in at the 2 guard. A nice shot by Brown.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And the shot is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Harrington. Here's Temple, guarded by Green. Temple, the pass to Beal. Lets it go from deep. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Brown, following the score by New Orleans. And it's good, 2 points.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Curry dishes to Green. Washington with the rebound. Beal taking his time here. Gooden the pass to Harrington. Here's Temple. Clock at 6. Back to Harrington. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. New Orleans leading by 4. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up the floor.
Washington calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Some changes for New Orleans. Ginobili comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Brandon Roy. Then for the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Gooden. Ariza comes in for Garrett Temple. And Smith subbed in for Brown. Now, here's Harrington. He has yet to score.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Ball with the bucket.
Playing Lonzo off ball, pun intended, and he knocks it down.
Smith against Ball. Smith sets the pick for Beal. The Wizards with another miss.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Gortat with the block.
And an average shot blocker for a center, when Gortat rejects shots, it helps set the tone for the defense.
Now here's Ariza. Smith kicks to Harrington. Pass to Ariza. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beal from long range. The Wizards with another miss.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Curry, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And now it's an 11-point New Orleans lead.
Boy, Curry knows that kind of physical finish can give his team a spark.
Ariza finds Smith. Beal with it. Smith the pass to Harrington. Now Beal. Over Curry. And there's Beal. That's good on the assist by Smith. Beal's got 19 points.
Beal is always a scoring threat, but right now we're seeing what happens when he's in the zone.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Sabonis, he's checked in for New Orleans. Green comes in for Curry, then for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Harrington. Porter comes in for Beal, and it's Brown in for Smith.
That's exactly what this coaching staff wants to see from Ball. I mean, when he's aggressive, it really opens up his passing ability.
And Washington has possession. Following the score by New Orleans, Nene dishes to Ariza. Brown outside. Nene with the screen on Green. Ariza against Green. Ariza no one. Here's Ginobili. Takes it inside. And Ginobili with the slam.
Merciless drive by Ginobili. If there's a weakness in your defense, he'll find it.
Nene kicks to Brown. Pass to Ariza. Now here's Porter. Rebound by Jeff Green. New Orleans leading by 13. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. That shot, no good. Good D by Ariza. Ginobili with the steal. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Yeah, a lefty and kind of a tweener position-wise. Just a funky matchup. Ginobili has these big nights, and there's just not much you can do to stop him.
Ariza has the open look. A three-pointer is right on target. Ariza's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And that does it for the first half of play. New Orleans leads by 12. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for New Orleans. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Collins, Lonzo Ball out there, Ginobili. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Sabonis in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Collins. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Ball, no good. Washington trails by 14. Outside, Beal. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Yeah, offensively, Beal is a smooth operator.
Screen by Sabonis. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 11 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's Ariza. Outside, Beal. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
And great recognition there in the pick and roll. Beal usually able to make the right play.
Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Washington calls timeout. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Wizards passing it around to the inside. Here's Beal. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. 25 points for Beal.
And that's a nice sign. Porter normally on the other end of the pass, but great awareness. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's Beal. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ariza against Sabonis. Ariza no up. New Orleans leading by 14. Ginobili the pass to Ball. Good. Ball's got 13.
And what focus through the finish there. Ball may be young, but nothing seems to rattle him.
Here's Beal. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Ball against Nene. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 5 assists in the game. Pass to Gortat. Nene with the screen on Oubre. Porter, no luck. Beal against Ball. It's good. Ball's got 10 points in the quarter.
And, you know, Ball prefers to set guys up, but he's still capable of being a very dominant scorer, too.
Beal from long range. Oubre pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
That's tipped. Washington trails by 20. Beal from deep three-point land. No good, unable to end this run. And so it's New Orleans with it. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And Ball is more athletic than giving credit. He's got surprising pop off the floor.
Washington calls timeout. making some changes here. Evan Mobley's checked in for Sabonis, and Curry subbed in for Lonzo Ball. The Wizards also changing it up. Miller's checked in for Gortat. Harrington comes in for Nene, and Smith subbed in for Bradley Beal. Now here is Smith. Harrington with a screen on Curry. Pass to Miller. And here's Ariza. And he drives in. Out to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Porter, bounce pass. And another miss by Washington.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful. This is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Drew Gooden has checked in for Miller. Temple comes in for Ariza. And it's Brown in for Smith. Now here's Porter. Still scoreless. Back to Brown. Oh, and here comes Oubre all alone. And finished off by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Porter passes to Temple. There's a screen by Porter. Down low. Over in the corner, Brown. 3 on the clock. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Porter, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. New Orleans on top, running away with this one. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Washington with it. Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Gooden. Al Harrington is out there with Garrett Temple. And there's Bradley Beal. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. And he gets the bucket.
You know, Drew Gooden is relatively consistent from mid-range. I mean, when he's got room to shoot, he pulls the trigger and is pretty reliable from there.
Mobley has screen on Smith. And it's in there.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Curry's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Pass to Harrington. There's a screen. Here's Temple. Ori defending. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
The ball goes to the...
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Robin Lopez is checked in for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for the Wizards. Brown comes in for Smith. 4 on the clock. Here's Beal. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mobley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Green. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Roy.
A 6'6" creator, smooth as they come. Roy is kind of a point forward, doesn't have a defined position. All he is a baller who makes plays.
Here's Temple. Brown right side. Floats one. Outside for Davis. It's stolen by Green. No good from Roy.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Gooden. Nene comes in for Davis. Porter's checked in for Garrett Temple. And it's Ariza in for Brown. Here's Ariza. Yep, it counts.
Poise is so important for any player, but Ariza demonstrating poise when he's in the paint, looking to score.
Driving inside. No good there. quarter against Roy. Beal, the pass to Ariza. For the three. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Ariza. Beal's got 28 points for the game.
We talk about guys with pure strokes. Beal's in that discussion.
And Green gets it to go.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Here's Mobley outside for Roy. Misses the three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Beal. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First and foremost, Bradley Beal is a scorer. He's always working the angles, trying to find his next opening to attack, and it rarely takes him long.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Pass to Gortat. Beal dishes to Nene. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Mobley.
Muscle Nene brings on both ends. Man, he knows how to use it, too. The guy you don't want to fool around with at all.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Miller's checked in for Gortat. Collins comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Garrett Temple has checked in for Ariza. And Smith's subbed in for Beal. Got that one up quick. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Pass to Nene. Outside Collins. His three-pointers off the mark. Roy passes to Mobley. Outside for Roy. Gets a very good look and converts.
One of Roy's specialties is the catch and shoot. Outstanding in that regard.
Smith surveying the D. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Temple. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Miller. Porter comes in for Collins. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Garrett Temple. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Smith.
Bradley Beal.
51 seconds left in the game. Outside Curry. From downtown. Rebound by Nene. Here's Washington now. Got a piece of it. Mobley with it. Picked up by Nene. Outside Green. From the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
And a smooth jump shot from veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Ariza. Guarded closely.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Lonzo Ball.
Oh yeah. They'll try to manipulate you through your pockets.